Today we need to talk about Jung Kook doing something and what action he might be taking for his new solo stuff. We also need to talk about allegedly this shocking footage of an airport staff touching Jung Kook, and then some shocking pics leaked of a collab. So hey Dumplings, is Dave. Decide hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, tasting mug merch, and let's go. Jung Kook has only just begun with his promotion. I think people often think that when they get a track list for an album release that this will be it. There will be no more new music, and once maybe another music video comes out, the artist will go right into touring, and then we won't really hear about them for another few months or so. However, it seems like Jung Kook is really taking his time to make sure he is literally producing and making the most content for the time that he is promoting. There's two different types of artists that exist in the industry. If you don't know, the label gives you a set amount of money to borrow. It's a loan basically, and the way you repay it is through your sales of the album, appearances, or whatever. And then only after you repay it do you then make a profit. There's artists that will take the entire lump sum and just budget it entirely into one music video, and then if the music video does bad or even just okay, they definitely have no more money for things like a second music video, or have no more money to get features on new songs, nothing like that. And then other artists will just film a cheaper music video, but then just spend all of the remaining money on whatever they want to keep up their own lifestyle. And so Jung Kook has likely been a lot more money, but also very smart in making sure he's using all the money for just music and promotion. This way it moves his career forward and he's producing a lot of content. It was recently believed that Jung Kook might have leaked a potential new collab that is happening, and specifically with Ariana Grande. Jung Kook and Ariana met before and they took a photo. So the idea of two working together has been something that has been discussed widely by the fandom a lot. Jung Kook, if you are not aware, has a playlist on, I think, the official BTS Spotify account. I say rumored because it seems like the check marks and verification stuff can be bought nowadays, so I never know what is a real account and legit source. But it has been rumored that there is a playlist that states Jung Kook's favorite song, and in the playlist, Jung Kook allegedly added a leaked Ariana Grande song. So a song that has not officially been dropped or released by Ariana Grande or her team, but a song that was a deleted or leaked track. People took this to mean that Jung Kook and Ariana will be working on something together, or possibly that Jung Kook will feature on that song and then it will be released. Fans were absolutely so shocked to see the screenshot of this, and this went viral as people were hoping for the collab. And the demand for this would be huge since both their voices sound so good together. There is definitely a chance that Jung Kook could hop on this leaked song and then finish it and then release it. However, adding a leaked song on a playlist could imply a collaboration. And I think this possibility is something to be excited about. Jung Kook could either add this as a bonus song for the album, or he could release it as a promotional single. It used to be unheard of for an artist to release just one single and then be done, because for a long time the majority of an artist's income comes from touring. So when the idea of let's do one song comes from an artist in the past, the labels will quickly shut it down because they can't make any money from one song, and you can't tour with one song. However, times have changed and some artists make more money with one song than they do selling entire albums, and some artists reach new levels of fame after just doing a promotional single. Look at Dynamite by BTS. It completely changed the course BTS was going to take. Jung Kook isn't only possibly doing more collaborations with big Western artists, but he also is possibly recording some content to put out when he leaves for the military, or to just put out on streaming service. The industry has changed a lot, and given there was this huge protest with studios and the unions, it actually is a very good time to work on films independently without a studio and get it into theaters, because there's way less competition, and movie theaters for a while seemed like there may have not been enough movies to air. So it would be very cool if BTS or the members individually have this documentary that they can post on Disney Plus or put in theaters like Taylor Swift's tour document. Jung Kook recently was seen at the airport and he was holding a camera. This is definitely not unusual to see Jung Kook recording and holding a camera, but everything that is done at the airport has an intention. Him holding a camera was a statement to all the reporters and the fan clubs there that something is brewing. Jung Kook is cooking, and he wanted to make sure everyone knew. It would be very different if he hired a person to hold the camera for him. Honestly, I doubt anyone would notice, and they would probably say that it was just a hired reporter. But him holding his own camera, which he doesn't have to do, so he could have had a professional do that for him, implies a message that Jung Kook is working on something. People think that this is a documentary that he is working on, and when artists know that there would be a demand for a documentary, they'll start recording mid-promotion and start documenting some of the struggles that they have to go through. I highly believe that one of those struggles are most definitely going to be airport visits, but it is very cool and fun to see what Jung Kook is possibly documenting, to see his journey being all alone. This will no doubt be a documentary where he also talks about the struggles of doing things alone, and how this was very different from when he did things with the rest of BTS. I have a feeling that this documentary might have also been his idea and something that maybe Jung Kook suggested as an action that he could do. And I really love that. I think this will be another fan favorite, and I hope they're able to pitch it to streaming services so we can all watch and enjoy it. But there actually was a lot of drama that happened at the airport, and fans were immediately very furious. And I'd love to hear what you think about it and who you think could be in the right or wrong. So what happened? Well, the airport is a very stressful situation, I think, for most people. Security and just overall feeling uneasy about flying, or if you're just going to get detained for no reason, especially if you're a person of color. Given how stressful that is, and that being super relatable, people take moments from their own experience and see how stressful that whole experience would be if there were hundreds of fans and reporters there. They believe Jung Kook would be super stressed in such a situation, and then if there's anything that happens, it can be even more stressful for Jung Kook. Jung Kook was holding his camera and he was actually recording his walk up to security. He ended up bumping the person in front of him who appeared to be HYBE staff, and then security told Jung Kook to wait. Jung Kook waited, and then it appeared like the airport security staff touched Jung Kook's camera and pushed him and his camera back. At first I thought it was maybe just the camera angle that made it appear like the security touched Jung Kook's camera, and the security was just gesturing to Jung Kook to move back. And he did. However, if you look, it really does look like the camera was touched. But you never know, and it could actually not be. This was a big deal. People had mixed reactions. Many people were saying that, of course, Jung Kook is going to need to follow protocol, and that's why the staff is there. However, they're upset that the staff had even tried to touch Jung Kook or Jung Kook's belongings. It's very unnecessary, and you can get across that same message by simply just saying back up or telling Jung Kook to turn off the camera. People were upset because there's never a need to touch someone or their things. This could also be seen the same way as hitting someone. There's definitely an idea here that it could have been too loud for the security to try to scream over everyone to tell Jung Kook what to do, so maybe the best way is to gesture or touch. I also don't think the security staff really pushed or touched Jung Kook really hard, so I don't see it as a super huge deal. I think everyone was okay, and I don't think Jung Kook would be super upset about that. I think he would understand what was happening. A lot of this also comes from this idea that if you and I were at the airport, would you want to be touched? And the answer is quite frankly no. So I think that is where the annoyance comes from. And I'll let you decide if this was a big deal to you personally or not. My issue and my real annoyance is how and why is Jung Kook not checked in already? He should have some extra privilege or some form of extra TSA pre-check, like a pass he could flash. Literally his entire life and even his address is public now. So he's not getting away with doing crimes or bad things at an airport. He will immediately be arrested. So he should just be allowed to go right on through without needing to be checked or stopped. That's first of all. Second of all, if the crowd at one point gets so crazy that the only place Jung Kook could run to or get away to is through security, then that needs to be open for him. When there's a huge crowd of reporters and screaming fans behind Jung Kook, but he still has to stand there and do a security check like everyone else, that's not okay and likely not safe. I don't know why this hasn't changed. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check on Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thanks, just love that comment right here. Love you. Bye.